The Live the Dream Media Network is proud to host an Arizona legend. His remarkable journey spans college and pro basketball, business excellence, and community leadership at the highest level. Get ready for insightful conversations, expert analysis, and a unique perspective that only one man can deliver. This is the Bob Elliott Show, exclusively on the Live the Dream Media Network.
Welcome to the Bob Elliott Show, where we try to have fun and educate our viewers about the lives of people that maybe you might not know about what their life is about. We are live today from Los Angeles, because this is All-Star Weekend for the NBA. But before we get started today, I'd like many of us Tucsonans and Southern Arizonans want to extend our heartfelt prayers and thoughts to the Nancy Guthrie family. People in this world have taken to this situation that we, as we are in Tucson, we believe in our people in this area. We, even though we might be 1 million people in this metropolitan area, we all feel like it's one stoplight at Stone and Broadway, and we feel for anybody that lives in our community. So our thoughts and prayers are to Nancy Guthrie and her family. Right now, I'm broadcasting live from the JW Marriott Live Hotel right next to the Crypto.com arena. And we're going to bring on some people on the show today. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you've heard of them, and just enjoy the message that they give. So, being All-Star Weekend, a number of events are going on. So the board of directors, I'm on the board of directors of the National Basketball Retired Players Association. We had to come in yesterday, Thursday, for our board meetings. Had a chance to meet up with a couple of the board members. We then had an event sponsored by Norm Nixon, the former Laker and Clipper, and his wife, Debbie Allen, world-renowned choreographer. Some people even know Debbie as the younger sister of Alicia Rashad. So we first got together, and for Thursday we had our board meeting. And at that board meeting, as we're in the bus getting ready to go to it, I met up with Nancy Lieberman, the Hall of Famer. She was known as Lady Magic. She's the one that started women's basketball becoming known, her and Annie Drysdale Myers. So I had a good chance to chat with Nancy, and Shay, if you'll please roll clip number 1.
Hi, this is Basketball Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman, more importantly, Bob Elliott's friend, and I've spent a lifetime raising money for Black America, for Black, Brown, and Latino in underserved communities. And Nancy Lieberman Charities, we've raised over $17 million and given it to those communities over the last 14 years. We've sent 140 high school seniors to college, built 139 dream courts, which are outdoor parks in underserved communities. And more importantly, we have over 5.5 million children a year on our courts and in our programs. Lecture series, HBCU, Shop with a Cop. We're just trying to do what we can in partnership. And I want to do anything I can to help Bob.
Thank you, honey. Now, Nancy, talk about this issue that you are really passionate about, prostate cancer.
This hit me really hard about 9 months ago. My dear friend Jay Harris from ESPN called me one night and said he had prostate cancer. And I was like, no, you're not. You're big, you're strong, you're healthy. Right. But he got tested.
Yes.
And I've done more research on prostate cancer, and I found out that 1 in 8 men get prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. 1 in 6 are Black.
Right.
And it's 2.5 more times that Black men are getting prostate cancer. Right. If you do not get tested when you're over 40, by the time you're 40, and it metastasizes in your blood and in your organs, you're going to die.
That's right.
You will have a 99% cure rate if you get tested early every year. All you have to do is just get a blood draw and tell the doctor to check the PSA box.
Check the box.
Check the box, because some doctors don't check it because it's not always covered by insurance. And I think that when the government took that out in 2011 and said men, they're good.
Right.
You're not good.
You're not good.
25% of all men will have prostate cancer, and it's going up between 4.8 and 5% every year. And what I've learned recently is over 330,000 men this year had prostate cancer. Please, from the bottom of my heart, check the box, get tested. If moms, daughters, sisters, aunts, nudge your husbands, nudge the people that, nudge them, and just with love say, go get tested.
You heard it from Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman.
Please do that.
Check the box.
Viewers, did you get the message from Nancy? Check the box. This has become a major issue for all men, prostate cancer, and early detection. And as she said, if it's found early, 99% times you can come out of this great and healthy. But you got to get tested. Check the box. Please. At 40 years old, you're never too soon to start getting your blood test and check the box. So Nancy, obviously you can hear the passionate voice about this issue. I bet a lot of us know people that have either had prostate cancer or have died from prostate cancer because they did not get tested early enough. So please, viewers of the Bob Elliott Show, get tested and check the box. So that was in the lobby on our way to the board meeting. We had our board meeting for the NBA Retired Player Association. After that board meeting, I had a chance on the bus as we were being transferred over to the next event we had to go to. Had a chance to sit down with Spencer Haywood. Now, Spencer Haywood to the NBA world is like Kurt Flood to the pro baseball world. This is the person that challenged the system to allow people to work earlier in life. So in the NBA, all these people that go to the pros, one and done, don't stay in college, they would not have been able to do this without Spencer Haywood. So Shay, please roll. Don't worry about some of the extra noise on. Remember, we're on the back of a bus, so you're gonna hear a few other voices in that. But roll number 2, please, Shay, of Spencer Haywood and I talking.
I'm here with Hall of Famer Spencer Haywood. If you know anything about his past, his background, this is why you had free agency in the NBA. What was that like when you were going through that?
It was rough, man, because at that time you had to wait for 4 years after your high school class had graduated before you could go into the NBA. And so when I filed suit against the NBA for the rights to play, they filed suit against me. And so this case maneuvered its way all the way up to the Supreme Court, where Thurgood Marshall handed down that decision, Haywood versus the NBA. So from that ruling, we have estimated over $65 billion, including Sean Marion.
You ain't right.
Because he left early too. So we got a bone to pick.
Oh my goodness.
And it ain't over yet.
No, you know
but
what?
Anyway.
Something about your past, I don't think a lot of people realize. Before the last Olympics, you had the scoring record for Olympians.
Yeah.
But the story I love is, how did you end up becoming on that Olympic team?
Well, the Olympic team, that particular in 1968, Kareem boycotted. Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld signed their pro contract, which made them ineligible for the Olympics. And once we got to the Olympics, they cut Pete Maravich, Calvin Murphy, Tom Bowinkle and Bob Lanier and other players. And so they decided, well, we're going to let this freshman try out for the team. And I was the freshman.
Right.
And so there I was, on the Olympic team and fresh out of high school 1 year, but at a junior college. And that's the only reason I was eligible to play on the Olympic team, because at that time, if I was in a major university, I could not participate.
Right. That's
because
right.
freshmen didn't play.
That's right. Amazing.
So that's how I ended up at the Olympics,
Yep.
and I set a
Scoring
record
yep.
for 44 years until Kevin Durant shot me out with 3 pointers.
They didn't have 3-pointers back then.
We didn't have no 3 pointers. Hard work, real work.
Well, thanks for saying hi to Tucson. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Spence.
Yes, sir.
Spencer Haywood. Now, living in Tucson, and all of us who follow University of Arizona basketball, think of all of the players that have left early. The first players to leave early were 2 of my teammates back in 1974, Eric Money and Coney Norman, who went back then, they had to call it going hardship. But you look at all the players that played for Lou, played for Sean Miller, those who are playing for Tommy Lloyd, that have gone on to not stay in college, forget the NIL and the transfer portal, all the other. When they go straight to the pros, the only reason they're able to do that is because Spencer Haywood took the initiative to file suit against the NBA. And what I found interesting was that it was Thurgood Marshall, the judge, who came down with the ruling for Spencer. But then in that last Olympics, when Kevin Durant was scoring and everybody started saying, oh my goodness, who had the record before Kevin Durant? And it's Spencer Haywood. So he's a legend in a lot of different ways. Remarkable story. Grew up in Mississippi picking cotton. His family said, this guy is grown. He maybe can do more with his life than sitting down here picking cotton with us in Mississippi. So they sent him to Detroit. He lived with a coach by the name of Will Robinson. At Detroit, went Detroit Pershing High School. And from there, as he said, he went to a junior college, Trinidad Junior College, had the opportunity to do the Olympics. Now all of a sudden, everybody knows who Spencer Haywood is. Wonderful guy, God-fearing guy, love him like a brother. We all have that Detroit connection back there. Anybody played in Detroit, from St. Cecilia, the gym that's we all played in. And so I love being with Spencer. So we were on our way to another event on the bus, as you could hear. The bus took us over to the Rhymes Performing Arts Center. Rhymes as in Shonda Rhimes, the producer director for the show everybody knows of, Grey's Anatomy. And she's in partnership with Norm Nixon, the former Laker and Clipper, and his wife, Debbie Allen, who everybody's seen Debbie. I mean, as a choreographer, everybody knows Debbie. Maybe more people know Debbie's older sister, Felicia Rashad, off the Cosby Show. But they had a nice event over there, and they had a number of former players there. And I ran into an old teammate of mine at there. So again, it's going to be a lot of noise in the background. You've got a lot of people there. But I ran into Jamal Wilkes. And from UCLA, had his first championship with Golden State in '75, then went to the Lakers. So Shay, if you will please roll clip number 3, me talking with Jamal Wilkes.
I'm here with Jamal Wilkes, Hall of Famer, UCLA grad, LA Lakers, Golden State. Say hi to the folks in Tucson.
Hi, folks in Tucson. I hope you're doing all right.
Yep. So Jamal and I go back. I was with the Lakers for a little while, and that's when we really got close. That's what we got in life. But tell me, so what are you doing now?
Well, I just had a major health situation that I'm recovering from. I'm doing great. So I have 5 grandchildren. I do some marketing and some investing and just kind of keep my eyes and ears open.
You know, when I'm coaching kids, I'll pull your name out because you get them people that talk about, and then your elbow got to be a certain way. I said, watch this film right here. If the ball go in the hoop, don't worry about it.
Well, the thing, as long as you're doing it naturally, organically, you're not trying to do it, but I just developed it organically on the playground, playing against bigger, older guys.
Right. Well, that's good stuff, man. Well, thanks for talking to the folks in Tucson, and keep being you, bro.
All right, bro. You keep being you too, bro.
All right, my man.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, baby.
Jamal Wilkes. We used to call him Silky Wilkie. And if you think about, go Google him if you want to see about his shot. He used to like wind it all up and throw it over the back of his head. And anybody who's a basketball aficionado, they talk about how you properly are supposed to shoot a basketball, your arm, your elbow, a 90-degree angle. Then you got Jamal. The way he would just throw it up there all crazy, but he always went in. But great guy. Thing I loved about our interview, besides the fact to see him again, see him that he was alive, as he said he'd been through some major health issues, is we get to a certain part in our lives and we no longer talk about our kids, we talk about our grandkids. You see, the first thing he said, I got 5 grandkids. That's kind of what we do. So we're at this event, and Debbie Allen also spoke besides Norm Nixon. And actually, my wife Beverly and Debbie got a chance to take a nice little picture together. If you could pull up on spot number 4, please, Jay. It's a still photo. So in this photo, you've got Debbie Allen to the left. You got my wife Beverly in the middle. And the lady to the right is Deidre Toney. Another one of the NBA wives. The NBA wives are part of the collaboration for that event. And Deidre is the person that was in charge of the costumes for the remake of A Different World movie. So we never know who we're going to run into when we go to these events. It's always fun to see people that you played against, people you played with, part of the NBA family. So some of the events going on today, just to give you a feel for it. So last night we had the tip-off private event at the Rhymes Performing Arts Center. Today we have going on Friday what's called the Legends Lounge, where all the guys have a place to come, hang out a little bit. They're going to do some reading over at Cienega Elementary School. It's always got to be about the kids. And then we have a thing called the Legends Bash, a block party. They're going to block off a section of LA streets. And we're going to have a live concert from, now this is old school, okay, Doug E. Fresh and Slick Rick. Followed by at 4 o'clock, you got the celebrity game, which is always a hoop because these guys, these celebrities think they can play basketball and we never know what's going to happen. Followed by the Rising Stars games. We picked up some information yesterday that Cooper Flagg hurt his foot, and so he will not be playing in this Rising Stars game. Followed by the HBCU Classic, where they have a couple of HBCUs, historically black college universities teams will play. Saturday, to help our members. See, the NBA Retired Player Association is about helping guys make that transition to life after basketball. And part of it is you get older, your health becomes a major problem. So we do health screenings by Athletic Heart, and they will test everything, literally everything on former players. The lounge is open again. Then we do a day of giving. We're going to do a basketball clinic for more kids at the Obama Sports Complex, followed by the All-Star Watch Party. What used to be All-Star Saturday night is now an afternoon event. The highlight is always the three-point contest. My favorite story about the three-point contest, a guy by the name of Larry Bird, maybe you heard of him, played for the Celtics. For us that played against Larry, we knew Larry talked all game long and backed it up. So for the three-point contest, and you had a guy in there named Craig Hodges, who sometimes comes to Tucson to work at a basketball camp. 3-time repeat three-point contest winner. Larry Bird comes out, no warm-ups. Doesn't have on his jersey to see, he has on a warm-up jacket. Walks up to the contestants and says, which one of you gonna come in second? Which one of you are gonna come in second? And he backed it up and won the contest. Then there's the dunk contest. We all like that one. Sunday, we have a chapel service. Then we have the Legend Awards, then the All-Star game. Everybody's back, going back to their lives, wherever they came from. So that's NBA All-Star Weekend. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to share some of those memories and what's going on here in LA. Next year, it'll be closer for us. The All-Star Game weekend in 2027 will be in Phoenix. So with that, hope you enjoyed some of the interviews with Nancy Lieberman, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer Spencer Haywood, Hall of Famer Jamal Wilkes. And as we started the show with today, they'll finish it the same way. Thoughts and prayers to our Tucsonan, Nancy Guthrie, and her family. Everybody stay safe.